become the 49th president of the United States.
I stood by Dwayne after the Tooth Fairy 6-episode event series. I'm sticking with him now.
Become the 49th president of the United States.
I stood by Dwayne after the Tooth Fairy 6-episode event series. I'm sticking with him now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know I was going to start it off with that. Just to get this shit out the way, I am a little bit biased. Just a little bit. If you saw the tagline to the live, you know what we're talking about. This shit been everywhere, even whether you're a wrestling fan or not. This shit been on ESPN. It's been on, I think, what was it? Entertainment Tonight or whatever. The Rock made his big return. Well, another big return or whatever last Friday night to officially kind of put it out there that he's going to be at WrestleMania versus Roman Reigns. If you kind of don't follow this stuff or maybe don't have a clue, that's all right. You're probably still going to enjoy this conversation. I promise you probably will enjoy this conversation because, you know, obviously Dwayne The Rock Johnson is one of the biggest stars in the world, if not probably the biggest star in the world. And, but he came from professional wrestling. A lot of us grew up with the Attitude Era. He was, if Stone Cold was 1, I had the shirt on last week, Rock was 1A. You know what I mean? As far as how popular wrestling was at that time. So he's making his return, and he has the program with Roman Reigns that they've been teasing for a while. And I showed that clip of that show, which I was on. It's called Young Rock. You can check it out on Peacock. He even teased it on that show. And going back to that episode, this was like even before Cody Rhodes even came back to WWE. So I thought that was interesting because it's going to shape how we talk about it if you follow along. And if you're not familiar with the name Cody Rhodes, you probably recognize Rhodes. He's the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who, if you're around my age range, y'all know y'all grew up with Dusty Rhodes, dropping them bows, you know what I'm saying? Superstation 605 with Ric Flair and the Horseman, all that. So that's his son. And the story has been him finishing the story of winning the title that his dad never did. And it's been, you know, a wonderfully told story. Not going to lie. It's been great. But then things happen, the Vince McMahon scandal, which we talked about last week. And so now he's been inserted or officially named as the main event, and the internet lost its shit. Like it lost its fucking mind. And a lot of people, we lost our mind because we was like, hold on, wait a minute. Because, you know, storyline wise, it didn't really line up. So without further ado, just to bring y'all up to speed, we're going to talk about that. I got my panel that did so well with me last week. My man Sharon, my man Hovik, and Bobby V in the house. What's up, fellas? I see you guys. Hey, what's up, Raphael? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. He be on the Pro Wrestling Smarts page or the little group we got going on Facebook. So I know y'all gonna have some fun. Hey, if you can, Raphael, share it to the group, man. That'd be cool. Yeah, son of a plumber and his son, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So guys, before I get into some of my little issues, I guess we'll just start with, let's just talk about Friday and the way that was set up. We was kind of talking about it online. I tagged y'all in a little post, and we was kind of like we was excited, but we was like, because of the whole, you know, traditionally the Royal Rumble sets the stage for who gets the title match. And because of what happened last year with Roman Reigns, the assumption was that Cody was going to go after Roman Reigns again for the title to finish the story. And then they kind of started throwing the curveballs with Seth Rollins promo at the prior Raw. Then we got to last Friday where everybody thought he was going to choose Roman. And so it appears that he's going to step aside and give up the thing. And that's what set this shit off and on fire, man. So, well, you put your hand up first, Hovik. So get y'all feelings on that. And then we'll get into the whole blow up.
Class is in session.
But is he stepping aside?
Right.
What?
Because they pivoted Monday, right? They kind of like fucking with you. Like Monday made it like, you know,
the entire thing has been a work. So after Friday night happens, couple days go by, I'm like, okay. And then I watch Monday Night Raw. All right, I'm watching Monday Night Raw. And then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Then I went back to Friday. I said, keywords, keywords. Finishing the story is not just taking the title, but taking everything away from you.
Everything. Yep.
And when The Rock and Cody locked eyes and they, shook hands, that wasn't, hey, thank you for giving me your spot. That was more along the lines of, let's get this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, but I don't think if from Friday to Monday, I don't think anybody took it that way. I think everybody got
Right.
pissed because it seemed like he was giving up his spot.
Initially, yes. So that's why you got to look back. When you go back, you're like, oh, wait. And then, not to mention, what did Rock whisper into Cody's ear when they hugged?
That's what I hope we get tomorrow.
1,000%. I bet you he told him, this is going to be bigger than Daniel Bryan 10 years ago.
And that's a good take. That's a good.
Also, why did Cody tell his fans the other day during Monday Night Raw? His words were, trust me. Man said, let me cook.
Yeah. Anybody else? Sharon, Bobby, anybody else?
Okay, well, yeah, the piggy. I never really thought about that theory. That's good, but the fact that when he said on SmackDown, he said, "Yeah, I want to finish the story, just not at WrestleMania." You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew Rock was there, and like I was saying previously, it all comes down to what's best for business. And Triple H, a lot of people, including myself, they want to see Rock and Roman go at it. And I already told you my theory. It's gonna be Rock and Roman at Mania. Okay, it's gonna end in disqualification. Roman keeps the belt, and then Cody meets Roman at SummerSlam. He takes the belt. He finishes the story.
Bobby?
That's my theory.
To me, man, the thing about it is, even if this is a work, it still doesn't make sense yet. And the thing is that's aggravating is that we're not any closer to an answer. You're going to make us wait for this press conference tomorrow. That's what they're – because, like, Raw, he couldn't even say, like you guys said, like, what was it that he whispered to his ear? Why is the Royal Rumble winner coming off and basically handing it away? But then he says, I'm going to come after you, but not at WrestleMania. Okay, so when? It's probably not going to happen at the Chamber. I don't think it would go through his SummerSlam, only because even though it's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, if Roman keeps the belts that long past Mania, by SummerSlam, he's only about 30 to 40 days away from beating Hogan's record. Yeah. So they might as well just go the full distance. If anything, Survivor Series, I would think at the soonest. The only thing that I can try to make sense of this, and right now, like, I've been looking like online, and every theory that I've like read so far, nothing makes damn sense. I don't even know if they're fully have everything worked out yet. Just nothing is making sense to me at all. The only thing is that I would try to do that I could think of that maybe if I'm trying to like fix it in my head is not at WrestleMania. Okay, so when? Madison Square Garden, because Cody made mention in that promo when he was talking about his dad again. It happened at Madison Square Garden with Dusty almost didn't. So unless if they're planning some big event at Madison Square Garden later on this year, Survivor Series, or maybe they bring back Starrcade because Dusty created Starrcade. Maybe they do something like that, and then you do it there. But even then, it's like you're still giving away your Rumble spot, which still is stupid.
No, not necessarily, because John Cena did that too.
Did he?
He won the Rumble, and he used that match at No Way Out before WrestleMania.
Well, before, yeah, but if they wait till afterwards, it's like, can you? That's never been established. Yeah. Then they get a storyline, so they can write whatever they want.
Also, the piggyback off of the Survivor Series bit, that would be the best place for Cody to do it, because Survivor Series was created in opposite of WCW Starrcade.
Okay, yeah, yes,
So it was literally to rival Dusty.
yeah.
So what better way to do it than Dusty's kid finishing the story at the event that was created to rival Dusty's event?
Guys, I think y'all touched on such great things, but there's one thing that I think we all kind of touched on a little bit. It's the expectation that made this such an uncomfortable thing. Everybody felt like, or not everybody, but the people who made all this noise or are still making this noise, hashtag we want Cody, it's because you assume that it has to be at WrestleMania and it has to be Roman and it has to happen. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And the history shows you that it doesn't. Like even with Roman when he was doing the big dog thing, Roman lost like what, 2 or 3 WrestleManias to Brock before he won it. SummerSlam.
His first.
So it's like, why are these people going crazy because they think they have to have what they want right now? It's like, dude, chill out. Like Rock is 52, 53 years old. If he can do it now after the strike, maybe and everything got messed, then you got to do it now. He's the biggest star in the world. Sharon said it best. It's a money-making business. This is a business. So, like, why are you losing your shit? They're giving his daughter death threats. They Rocky.
Yeah.
Like, really?
I heard about that.
Like, that's the shit that pissed me off. Like, this is a legendary figure in the business. And I don't like how they making it like he's this evil corporate person that's coming to take away their little, like, grow the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is WrestleMania. They want all eyes everywhere on this. And I'm sorry. And I like Cody. I'm not like the biggest Cody fan. I like him because his dad. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up with his dad, so I like his kid. But like, he's not going anywhere. You can do this. Like you say, if you want to do it as Survivor Series, that's cool. The Madison Square Garden thing, I like that angle. But this whole notion of we have to get what we want at WrestleMania, we're gonna turn this into Daniel Bryan, like, bruh, shut your ass up,
Bruh. There's some crazy fans out there. I mean, when I heard that she was getting death threats, I'm like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know this is just a work. Okay, yeah, we love wrestling, but like you said, calm the fuck down.
Calm down, dude.
You know what I'm saying? His daughter ain't got nothing to do with this.
Daughter don't have nothing to do with it. The Rock, like we say, this is, and that's why I played that clip. Like, this is something that's been in the works for years. It was supposed to happen allegedly last year, but you know, the schedule thing, he couldn't get into shape or whatever. Wrestling shape, obviously he's in great shape, but wrestling shape is different. So they had to move to that. But like, calm down, let it play out. Like, this is something that's supposed to be fun. When did this stop being fun?
The best part about it is no matter what happens with these people, the whole thing was a stare down between The Rock and Roman. A word wasn't said, a match wasn't made,
and they
nobody challenged anybody. It went off the air. Everybody's like all up in arms. I'm like, bro, it was literally like 10 minutes ago. Just give it some time. Not to mention, aren't you also the same people who wanted it last month when he showed up on day one?
Right.
Right. Rock sit at the head of the table.
Exactly. Same.
Hey, Raphael says, I feel that they are using the whole Rock taking the match angle to trick the average fan into wanting what they had planned in the long run. They probably want to have Cody face Roman with the Rock as ref, but if they announced that off rip, the internet would have gone into a frenzy. 3D chess. Shit, they went into a frenzy anyway. There's a certain contingent of people, and I think it's also generational. You know what I mean? Because people who maybe didn't grow up in the Attitude Era, they see Rock as Dwayne. They see him as Black Adam. They see him as, you know, the Tooth Fairy guy. They don't see him the way we see him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I say the disrespect is like what kind of bothered me. Because I'm like, this would be like booing a Dusty Rhodes or a Ric Flair. Like, come on, dog. Like, have some respect. Yeah, like, this man helped make wrestling what it is today.
It would have went by better, honestly. And this is the thing I don't understand why they took this path, is because we have to know the timeline of the things. When exactly was this match? Because some conflicting reports are saying this match was made at the beginning of January. Some are saying this was just made within the last week. If this was made at the beginning of January, why have Cody win the Rumble to begin with? Because if Cody never won the Rumble, none of this would be happening. The fan backlash, I don't think, would be there. If anything, it would have been more easier to digest had Rock just come in at like number 30 and then win. If you could have somebody else like Drill eliminate him and do it that way. But if this was at the last minute, then again, why have Cody win the Rumble if you were gonna take it away?
No. Let me piggyback off to that because they did that 10 years ago with Batista, and look what happened there.
With the Daniel Bryan thing?
Yeah. So they're like, nah, we're not going through that again. So we're gonna play it smarter. People might not agree with it, but I bet you it's gonna be Roman versus Rock and Roman versus Cody Mania this year, one on each night.
But so that's going into, I guess, them orchestrating another Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if they wanted to, but like it's like I don't know. It's just
so
it seems like too much, right? Like you're overcomplicating it doing it that way, right?
It's unnecessary.
Main event in both nights. Yeah.
And I've heard this, and you know what another problem is. Before I say what I was going to say, the reports. Like every goddamn 5 minutes, there's another report that insiders said and sources say, and like it's driving these people crazy. And it's like I've had to purposely, you know how the algorithms are, they put in front of you things that you might have stayed on too long or whatever. So it's like I'm seeing all this shit. I'm not even following these pages, but I'm seeing them and I have to X them out so I can not have all this shit on my timeline. But it's all these reports that are driving things crazy. And I think, the whole, like you say, the Royal Rumble thing kind of threw him off a little bit. I agree with that. But I wonder if maybe that was called on the fly because maybe Punk signaled he was injured. Because like if Punk would have won, everybody, they'd be like, okay, Punk's going to choose Seth. Because that was also rumored that they wanted Seth and Punk. And then, Cody was going to do Roman or whatever. But if that's the case, then it wasn't going to be Cody and Roman. It was going to be Rock and Roman. So what was Cody going to be doing? It's too much convolution in there.
I think that Cody was slated to win regardless. It's just with Punk getting injured, they had to call an audible.
Had to scrap everything.
They're like, shit, now we got to go back and see what we can do.
Yeah, the whole T-shirts were already made. Like at the press conference, it was just like,
I forgot about those.
And it's not the NFL. It's not like they make multiple shirts ready to go just in case, and then the loser gets sent off to another country. So no, those shirts were made. Cody was set to win. I just, like you said, I don't know if this is the plan. I don't know what Cody would have done if Rock was going to do. So again, it just seems unnecessarily complicated. Everything seemed to be in line. Maybe they wanted. I mean, one thing, like you were saying, I've been seeing a lot of it on my timeline to the point where like I had to disconnect a little bit because, like you said, the algorithm and stuff like that. But part of me does kind of wonder, and I don't know how you guys feel about this. Do you think by any chance maybe that this was done intentionally to kind of distract from the lawsuit happening?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And they did it. They did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Vince anymore.
Job well done.
Last week. And now this week, we're talking about this.
Jesus, they were like, oh, we got to. Hey, Rock, show up real quick. Oh, shit.
Job well done.
Because now they're saying reports are saying that Rock is fully behind Cody and he wants to make sure Cody is straight. So it's like, the only thing I think of, I did like that suggestion. Or you could flip it. You could have Rock versus Roman. Cody's the enforcer. The whole thing, because what you're saying, they were saying we're gonna take everything from you, take the bloodline, take the belt. So okay, if you make Rock and Roman a team, that solves some of the backlash. But it depends on what they say tomorrow at this press conference. And okay, yeah, maybe Cody's in and Rock's the special enforcer like Mike Tyson was or whatever. And you could do it that way. It's a lot of, they left themselves some wiggle room. And then throwing Drew into it on the other night, with the Raw thing, throwing Drew into the whole thing, they're leaning into this in a good way that I think keeps everybody guessing. And I think it's going to be fun because now you got Drew as okay. Drew could take in and wrestle Seth. And then Rock, Cody, and Roman can do whatever they do. I don't know about 2 matches. I don't know if Roman can handle two main event matches.
That's a long weekend for him.
That's tough.
Hey, listen, the paycheck's gonna be nice.
But I mean, people are gonna say, you know what I'm saying, like the second night especially. Oh, well, you know, he just won. You know what I'm saying, because Cody, because Roman fought last night, so he won on his A game. You know what I'm saying? There's always
or they can do 2-on-1 handicap match. Rock and Cody.
Reports say that it's in Rock's contract that he can't lose a fight. So it's just too much. So okay, so you're gonna job Roman out twice at Mania? Because you know if and here's another thing that I think fans are getting too worked up about, because I think, y'all mentioned it, him breaking Hogan's thing. So do you want Cody to lose 2 years in a row? Or you want Roman to get jobbed out twice? Like, chill out, man. You just
last week that if they were gonna go with Rock, and before all this happened, I was like, you need to keep Cody away from Roman, but give him a good storyline. But he needs to stay away because Cody can't afford to lose 2 Manias in a row. So keep him away from Roman and do this. And that's where I thought, but then the Royal Rumble threw me off. But that was my original idea, is that, okay, but now that I have no idea what the hell's happening now.
Well, another thing is that there are also rumors about unifying the 2 titles again. But then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. So if Cody fights Roman and wins the title, then he automatically has to move to SmackDown because he's on Raw. So if they unify the titles, I guess he could go to either Raw or SmackDown. But if or maybe they have to push it back just so they could get Cody on Smack. I don't know. You know what? I guess we're going to get answers tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Or, we also talked about this last week when it was going down. Or do you move Cody, Roman to the Elimination Chamber? Get that shit out the way.
I doubt it, only because I bet you it's going to be Cody and Drew at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, because he attacked him.
Elimination Chamber is not a big enough pay-per-view. Like I said,
plus, I don't think people. And with that time difference, a lot of people are not going to be up at 5 a.m. to watch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah. Well, okay.
We're going to find out something tomorrow.
We're definitely going to find out something tomorrow.
For all you guys.
Well, you know what they say. Anything can happen in WWE.
Yeah.
True.
This whole thing has had me thinking as far as just like recently. Okay, so Triple H, since he took the pencil and started booking, clearly he's been making his mark by having long champions. Like, he has a thing for long champions, which I'm totally okay with. Like Usos breaking the record. Rhea's now going on close to a year as champion. Gunther, 600 plus days and so on and so on. He was even doing the same thing with NXT as well. Gunther was like NXT UK champion for like 800 plus days or so.
Oh, yeah.
So when it comes over to this question is, what would you guys do as far as Booker? Would you say as far as, is it more important to have like your legacy as far as establishing your legacy and breaking records, like Gunther becoming the longest reigning champion? Clearly they have something similar in mind for Roman and going however long he's going to go through, get as close as possible to Bruno Sammartino's record. Do you do that then as the booker, as far as just breaking the records, all this happened underneath your reign? Or is it just more important just to do the story? And if the story itself is calling to end it now, even though you're so close to Hogan's record, do you go with the story or do you go for the legacy and have Roman beat that, despite, even if, because after a while, Cody's story starts to feel like
it gets stale.
Director's cut Lord of the Rings or something like that. Like, this probably should have ended a lot. Now we're going too long. It had multiple endings on there, and eventually you're gonna lose that moment to capture it there. So it's the most important one.
Because we have a different generation coming up. People's attention spans are shorter. just to go back to, for an example, you know, Dusty Rhodes, I mean, sometimes his payoffs with Flair, I mean, they took years, you know what I'm saying? But today's people, you know, they want what they want, and they have to juggle these audiences and who to try to satisfy and who not to. So, like we were saying earlier, the expectation for a lot of people was that he's going to do it at Mania. It wasn't mine because I was looking forward to Rock and Roman. I'm still looking forward to Rock and Roman, and I think Cody can wait. But these people who are making all this noise seem like they can't wait. I particularly have enjoyed Roman's record-breaking streak because I think the story was great. I just wish that they would have enforced him not necessarily to wrestle more, but to appear more in order to keep that story strengthened. So I would, if it was for me, man, like I think I probably would go ahead and have him drop it to Cody just to get that shit out the way, and then move on to a fresher story of how does the tyrant now try to reclaim his kingdom? You know, do we do away with Solo and Jimmy and kind of put them off of the thing and have Roman on a maybe a path to redemption, or maybe he gets even grimier, something like that. But like this shit has gotten so stinky and messy. It's almost like you want to just sweep it away now. Go ahead and put this shit on Cody, and then let's ride off into something else. So I might just go ahead and make this shit a triple threat. Find a way to kind of put this shit to bed. Let Roman still take the fall. He can still take the pin, but then you protect Rock and then you protect Cody, because Rock's gonna go back to the boardroom or go back to the movie set or whatever, and then just see how that shit goes from there.
Oh man, you want to keep the every 10 WrestleMania tradition going, huh? Always.
I mean, I mean, and I know some of the backlash. I talk about history and stuff. People turned on Rock before, right? When he went off the first Hollywood, and they booed him for Brock Lesnar because they wanted him to stay. I understand that they wanted him to stay. Then he came back and was like, "Oh well, we haven't seen Hogan in 10 years. Oh, now we're gonna cheer Roman. Screw you, Rock." So then he turns into Hollywood Rock. You know what I mean? And goes heel. He's always taken this abuse from fans that I don't see really from like other part-timers or other legends. I didn't see this, when Stone Cold took the main event a couple years ago, nobody bitched like this, but for some reason we're bitching about The Rock with, all the, I'm just going to say, the great white hypes who went from Brock Lesnar to Hogan. Now Mr. Red, White, and Blue look like a nutcracker extra. Now we want to prop him up and shit on The Rock, and Rocky sucks. Like, come on, man. Right. So yeah, I mean, he's never forgotten about the WWE. He comes back and tries to do his thing, and then now people are shitting on it. I don't like that, but I understand WWE is a business, and you have to satisfy your audience. So if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I think Rock understands that, and he'll do what's best for business.
Well, I'll tell you why, because people on the outside and also people in wrestling, so they see Rock doing the movies, doing all that. And plus, he's now on the board.
We hate success, right? We hate success. Remember that promo Triple H did when he was going at it with CM Punk? And it's like, what is it with people in hating success? And it's like, Rock's too successful. So, yeah, let's shit on Rock.
Right. So basically, they're under the assumption, well, Rock can come in here and do whatever he wants. He's on the board at TKO. He's a Hollywood movie star. He's got all these businesses. So, that's why a lot of people in wrestling, they're looking at it as, Rock didn't earn this. And, and as far as storyline wise, yeah, he didn't. But still, it's business. Right. Everybody's been wanting to see Rock versus Roman. I've been waiting to see it. And he definitely needs to get it out the way right now because he's getting older, because he's 52.
But there also is, though, a story for them too, because people, there's the whole family thing for the people who might not know. I know it's distant relatives, but they are relatives, and it's the whole head of the table thing. Rock has a Samoan heritage. Obviously, Roman, by the way, is half Samoan too. He's not even full Samoan.
He's half white, half Samoan.
Right. He leans into it though. And so there is a story there, but it's like people are more invested in the Cody story But it's like it's not like this just came out of somebody's ass. Like this has been teased and talked about almost since the Bloodline storyline began. It was just about schedules. It was about being able to fit it into the whole road to WrestleMania thing. It was about all of that. And like I say, Bobby, yeah, they probably I don't know why Rock didn't do the Royal Rumble because that would have been cool, but we'll never know. Or will we?
It does feel like the storyline itself is because that Bloodline was like the hottest thing going on for
It was, man. That was a good story.
It was great.
That was one of the best I've seen in years.
It was like SmackDown was making all of its ratings because of the Bloodline. People want to see the even though if they weren't wrestling, what's the next chapter of it? Or are they gonna turn on Sammy finally and all this other stuff? Is Jay gonna finally pull away? Like, but it feels like they dragged it on too long that now it has been running on fumes for a while. Ever since, to me, it peaked at SummerSlam, doing the Jay Roman
the tribal war, whatever it was.
But
and then he took fucking 3 months off, and it cools off. Like I say, we got a short attention span.
Yeah.
If he would have been doing TV every 2 weeks, I ain't saying he got to wrestle, but if you do TV every 2 weeks to move the story along, then it stays hot. But once he started going part time after last WrestleMania, the big gaps off of TV, it fizzled out. It fizzled out. So yeah, I agree, Bobby. Like that's why I say it's probably time to go ahead, just sweep all this shit off, reset, put the shit on Cody, see what he can do as the megastar now, and then start telling an entirely different story with the Bloodline and the Rock, because you can still tell this story for a while. Like I could see them, like let's say they flip it, like Raphael saying, you make Rock the special referee enforcer, let Cody do it. Now you can build to a Rock Roman at SummerSlam or a Rock Roman at the next Mania or whatever. And we both, by the way, we know they eventually they're gonna put the belt back on Roman anyway. Come on now.
Oh, absolutely. Come on.
Unless he's going to Hollywood. I don't know. He might not.
And see, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Roman wrestling too much longer because of Hollywood and also because health-wise too. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him wrestling too much longer. I think he'll break the record. I think he'll break Hogan's record, and afterwards, you know what I'm saying, he'll start talking retirement. You know, because he already on the Brock Lesnar schedule right now anyway. You know,
yeah,
people are gonna be pissed off if he wins. If he walks out of Mania with that fucking belt. You think they pissed off Friday? They're gonna be pissed.
If he walks out of Mania with the belt, and then some of us people are gonna be like, "Told you so." Should have just let him fight The Rock.
I was expecting. I've already made peace with them. Like he's walking out, especially if it's against The Rock. That's what I think. I think Rock's gonna put him over. Because I can't help it. I see the Hogan record off in the distance. They're like only 150 or something like that days from it. Like it's at that point you might as well give it to him.
Yeah, and Rock
I think it's going to end in disqualification. Roman keeps
put Cena over, so why wouldn't he put Roman?
That's what I'm saying.
Like he has to win, and he doesn't.
Right. So it's in Rock's contract that he can't lose.
I said it was reported. I don't believe it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because I know Rock
he put
knows
Cena over.
Huh?
Because he put Cena over. You know what I'm saying? In the so I don't think that's in his contract.
I don't think so either. But all these reports, you know what I mean. But yeah, Rock knows better than that. It doesn't make sense. And like I say, he put Cena over.
Yeah.
Why would he not put Roman over? Everybody knows Rock's 52. Everybody knows that he's not going to be here every month, every year. To me, I kind of felt like this was his official retirement match in a way.
Oh shit!
Think about it.
Good fucking point.
Think about it. Rock's 50. He was born in May, so he'll be 53 years old this year, guys. He's not. We ain't gonna be seeing him in the ring too much more.
That's actually a good twist to add to the story, honestly. Rock Roman for the head of the table or the
retirement match.
Tribal chief, and Roman backs up saying that, okay, so whoever wins gets the tribal chief, but if I win as your tribal chief, you're done. That's it.
It's for the lay. It's for that red shit he wears. It's called a lay or something.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. It's not about the belt.
No, yeah. Because if you look at the stare down on Friday, Rock didn't even look at the belt. He just stared a hole right at the Roman. I said, he's not going for the belt. He's going for the table.
He's going for the title. He's going not the belt title, but the head of the table title.
Head of the tribal title. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for the tribal chief. Yep.
The HSIC, the head Samoan in charge.
and then Cody,
I mean, in Rock's place, he could do the other one too, because he is.
Yeah, he is. He's half black, half Samoan. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he could do the other one too.
Soul Man Rocky Johnson.
Story, Vic Story.
Yep. Soul Man Rocky Johnson, R.I.P. Yep.
Head Soul Man in charge.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh man, but yeah,
I didn't even think about a whole retirement thing. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, like that's because all through the whole little like that's the story. It's like the head of the table, the whole family thing. I don't know if you guys watched the show, but they even had a little piece in the show where it's like a young Rock and a young Roman. And they're like, we just gotta go fight in the thing. And he's like, we should do this at WrestleMania. You know, it's like wink, wink. But it's like, yeah, it's right there. And it's
that was like what, 2 years ago or so. They planted that in the Young Rock.
They planted
that, when little Roman is trying to headlock him.
Yes.
I said,
no, this is only a match that can be done in Mania. Yep.
It's gotta be. It's the only way. And like even before this happened, I was like looking online and like people are like, are y'all kidding me? If The Rock can do WrestleMania, it has to be at WrestleMania. There's just no other way. We couldn't have saw all this backlash or whatever. But like, no, you're not doing this shit at no Elimination Chamber. Are you kidding me? No way.
No. Because for Cody, his story is he needs to win the title.
Right.
Man, it could be outside for all we know. You know,
and not for nothing, but Cody doesn't get you on ESPN. Cody doesn't get you on Entertainment Tonight. The Rock does, and that matters. That TKO calling the shots now. This is not about the IWC and the hardcore fans. This is about Slim Jim. This is about who else is cutting the check. Snickers. This is about who wants to cut the check for the sponsorships. That's what I'm saying for all this shit. And that's what it is. And like people have to understand, we got to put your big boy pants on. And this is prize fighting. This is, marquee level stuff here. Now they want to build Cody to that, and that's cool, but he ain't there yet, y'all. Sorry.
Although I do feel that it does have to be, I don't know where the stage, but I do feel like the rules don't say it has to be against Roman, but I do personally feel like it has to be against Roman because Roman's been like a juggernaut for almost 4 years now. Whoever is the one to dethrone him, that's your new face. To whatever this new generation is, that the new generation, the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression, whatever this next gen era is, Cody is that guy. Cody is the closest thing that you have to Cena, basically. With the kids are cosplaying as him. Like you see what he does in a live thing. I don't know if you guys saw the video, like that person, the legally blind person, went up to them and hugged them. Like this guy's gonna be making like 500 Make-A-Wishes down the line, just like Cena has or whatever like that. So seeing that, like you have to make him, and that's how you make him. So he has to be the one to dethrone Roman. But where? That's arguable.
What did y'all think about? Okay, because I thought so. Seth's promo, not this past Monday, but the Monday before, about Roman's belt, and then Roman's promo about Seth's belt. I thought that shit was hilarious. They both made some good points, but Roman cooked that. What did y'all think about that shit?
Roman did not have to do all that, y'all.
Hey,
but damn though, he made Seth look like at that point. That's a
hey, they might as well call that shit the World Television Championship, like Tully Blanchard now, because Roman tore that shit up.
They can't unify it. He made that belt look like second rate. Honestly, it kind of is, but at the same time, there's only been one champion. The belt has like six months old. It's not even a full year yet. So there's no point of even unifying the belt because what was ever the point to begin with? So and Roman just put it all out there like that, like damn, like Seth.
That shit was cold.
From it. And on Raw, Seth tried. To his credit, he did as best as he can. But he's given like nothing to work with though, and Roman's not making it any easier.
Yeah, when he say, what did he say? He say, it's the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Everybody fighting for that. I beat him already.
It's the losers, bro.
Man, Roman literally pulled out his inner CM Punk and dropped the pipe bomb.
He did.
Yeah.
He said, "You broke your back after a couple months trying to get that belt over, man."
He's like, and I don't know about y'all, but I remember I done smashed Seth.
Oh yeah.
I bet he's like my little brother Seth, and then no reaction. He's like, yeah, that's right, no pop. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I remember that.
It's like
That
that
shit.
Simpsons meme. Like, stop it. He's already dead. Stop it.
Yeah, that shit was fucked
Yeah.
up.
Dude,
Yeah.
heel
Yeah,
Roman
you kicking him when
is
you kicking him while he's already down. Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
Stop
buried-
on his head while he's drowning.
man buried him while he was already 6 feet under.
That's why I don't understand the Roman hate. Like, how could you not have appreciated this run? Like, the only complaint you have is that he's not there, which is kind of like respect to him. That's your only complaint, that he's not there.
Yeah,
Because you love him that much, but you don't want to admit it. Oh, you don't want to admit it.
want
You
him
fans
there?
out
Don't know, goddamn it.
You know you like Roman, goddamn it.
But on a side note, this might be a little off topic, but can we appreciate Drew's T-shirt right quick?
Oh God, yeah, that one when they had CM Punk at the grave. Yeah,
Oh, the trolling
that was creative.
level of that man.
yeah. That was a good pop too.
That was
And
fucking
it's for
awesome.
sale.
That was awesome.
Look,
That was
I
awesome.
love CM Punk with all my heart, but damn, that was good.
That was, and now that was so brilliant because it's like a placeholder for when Punk comes back. He's got an instant feud. Oh my God, Drew. Oh my God, I love what Drew is doing right now.
Troll
That shit was
Drew is
so good.
incredible.
That was so good.
Oh,
Drew deserves a title match at WrestleMania. If they're not doing it, whatever with Seth, he's been on fire throughout this turn that he's been doing. He's way more entertaining now than he was before as the troll, and his Twitter game is just like top notch as well.
Oh my God,
Punk by doing tricep workouts and stuff.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell, man? Like Drew, man, like give him. He deserves a Mania main event. He earned that from the pandemic. There, give it to him now.
Oh man, somebody give this man his flowers, bro.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. Really
Oh,
good
man.
stuff.
That is
Okay.
so good.
What's going on YouTube? Cody's all about charity, but did he really have to give The Rock a Make-A-Wish gift? Hey, you know the deal. It's to get. It's to be continued. You know the deal. We don't know. Hey, what time is the press conference tomorrow?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
It's on
On what
Peacock.
channel?
Peacock.
Also,
That's going to be like the most watched press conference ever.
Shit, I'll be in class and I'll have my earbuds in on my phone.
That's going to be crazy. I ain't never like look forward to no press conference, but I'm looking forward to that.
That's because tomorrow is going to answer some questions we have. At least, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to, honestly, because like Elimination Chamber is coming up, and they still need to figure out what the men's Elimination Chamber is for. So we have to get an answer as to what is it that they're going for.
Oh shit!
That's right. Yeah, because the Elimination Chambers.
Now the other one needs to have an opponent, so we need to do a chamber match for that. So you need to have that answered by this week. Basically, you're cutting it close.
Shit, that's a good point.
Side note, guys. This is switching gears just to get one question out. Did you guys notice they're teasing some dissension between Johnny Wrestling and what's his name?
Ciampa?
Yeah. Remember when Johnny pinned the guy and Ciampa pushed him off and pinned him, and Johnny Russ had that look on his face like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, they teasing some little conflict between them.
I noticed
it always starts off as something small, then it blows up.
I noticed that, but the reason why, looking back at it, what happened was I think Ciampa was the legal guy, and Ciampa realized that, and Johnny was going for the cover, so he pushed him off so he can cover him. I think that's what I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it.
Ciampa realized that I'm the legal guy. I have to get the pin, otherwise, everyone, internet people pointed out, be like the work they do the AEW all the time. Every time they have the multi-band, they're like the wrong person pin him. The referee lost, and he was confused or whatever like this. So that's what I think is that happened.
I have to rewatch it.
Yeah. Michael Cole or whoever was calling it said that, and I was like, yeah, okay. When did the rules matter so much in these type of matches?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've never seen that before. You know what I'm saying? And but it's kind of early to be splitting them up. I mean, like, they just became a tag team like a couple months ago.
And they don't have anything to do as singles, so I wouldn't split them up. They're too crowded. Like they stick people in these tags because they ain't got shit else to do with them. Just like with these factions. So like,
the roster's already overcrowded.
It's too crowded. Keep them as a team, and whoever's gonna win. I like them damn Creed brothers though.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, they young. Yeah, they young.
Creed brothers is something else.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
And then the Steiner brothers and like a combination Steiner brothers and like who's a high flying team? Rockers or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then we got the national treasure himself, R-Truth, just going around being a nuisance.
Yeah. Now see, he's entertaining. I'm glad they giving him some light. Yeah, R-Truth is funny.
Now, if I had to pin, I would. He and Miz would win the tag champs at Mania. They would be Judgment Day.
Oh my God, imagine that. That'd be great.
Right? Because Truth has never, unless I can't remember, Truth has never really had a true WrestleMania moment, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
He deserves it. Truth, why not?
Yeah.
No,
I don't. Truth been in the game for years, man.
Years.
I remember when he was in TNA.
Years.
I remember when he was K-Quick.
K-Quick, K-Quick.
Howdy.
Ron Killings.
Ron Killings, yep.
Ron Killings.
I think that has to be that match, right? Because like that shit is taking off. Is everybody loves it. Truth needs a moment. And like, let's be real, the tag team championships has kind of been irrelevant since they took it off Sammy and KO from the whole bloodline thing. So to give that whole thing some weight, Truth, and kind of like, because the story is he finally realizes like they ain't fucking with you. You ain't in the Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. And then now he and Miz have a moment of, all those years ago when they was doing the thing with Cena, and then they have a moment after all these years. That's an easy story.
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy. Yeah.
I remember that.
And then they can drop that shit the next night for all I care. Just give Truth his moment.
I predict right now. I predict a future WrestleMania match. This is my prediction. This is something I would love to see. I would love to see Priest and Karrion Kross. That's a dream match I would love to see. I think
that would be interesting.
I think them two bulls can butt heads.
Oh, that's your boy, too. That's your homeboy.
Yeah. Karrion Kross, yeah, he's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Cool cat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like his gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I especially like this gimmick in NXT until they did that gladiator bullshit when they brought him up to the main roster. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they got rid of that. I was like, man, what is this? What is this? See what I'm saying? And he's still on NXT at the same time. Like he do the gladiator on Raw, then he go back to NXT, the regular, you know what I'm saying?
I think that was Vince, right? Wasn't that Vince?
Yeah, but I will say one thing about Karrion Kross. He looks way more sinister with a bald head. I hope he shaves his head again.
I've been saying that ever since he.
Yep, my man.
Like, go back to the bald head. It is just look.
Like he looks way more sinister. I'm telling you. Yep. So I hope I really hope he shaves his head again, because when he was in Lucha Underground, he looked the same way. Had a bald head. You know what I'm saying? Had a real cut look. You know what I'm saying? Like he's put on some muscle though. You know what I'm saying? But back in NXT, he was real. He was real cut. But yeah, that's a future fantasy WrestleMania match. Okay. Priest and Karrion Kross.
That'd be cool.
Damn right. I'm predicting probably like the next 2 or 3 years. I think we'll see that.
I can see that.
Yep.
What are they gonna do with Gunther, guys? I see Jay is next up. I think that's the EC match, but I don't think Jay's going over because, like I say, my match. I think they got to do Jimmy and Jay. So if Gunther gets past Jay, what's he doing?
Family matches, huh, Essex? Huh? Family matches, huh? See,
you got to.
Yeah.
You have to.
We like Owen and Brett matches.
You know what? They might as well just label WrestleMania 40 the Battle of the Anoa'i.
Yeah, the battle. Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Because I mean, still like one of the greatest matches of all time. Definitely my top 10 was Brett and Owen, that steel cage match. That's one of the matches in my top 10.
Great match.
Definitely.
Good
Brett
match.
and Owen.
Great match. So what are we doing with Gunther? Back to the question. What are we doing with Gunther?
For Mania or for Chamber?
I mean, I think that whole thing was to set up Jay and Gunther at Chamber, but I don't.
Well,
For Mania
on Raw because I read that he's trying to become a U.S. citizen, so he can't travel. He can't leave the country.
Oh shit, that's
Really?
right.
Probably gonna do it on a Raw.
Yeah.
They'll probably do the Raw after next Raw because the next week is the 6-man tag. So they'll probably do it maybe after that or maybe 2 weeks after that.
Wow.
But if I have to guess as of right now, unless if again in that 1% range if Okada were to come, but I'm not expecting. But since Brock is off the table, if I had to guess, it's either going to be Braun Breaker or maybe they do Chad Gable the 4th time.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
I will beat you in front of my family, and then nothing came from that there. So at WrestleMania, he can bring his family, and then he can do it at WrestleMania. It's either him or Braun, unless if some wild card comes.
Listen, Chad Gable and Gunther, those were some matches, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, where the hell? Chad's been off TV a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, he's just backstage. I mean, it's in some backstage segments from what I've seen. That's it.
Yeah. He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, done nothing.
Doing more than he has.
Yeah. Gunther has good matches, but it's like, you know who can move for a big man who I've been impressed with? That guy from the Viking Raiders, Ivar.
Ivar?
Oh, yeah, Ivar, yeah.
And he's smooth with it. Big man that can move and he's smooth.
I'm sitting here watching him do all this nonsense and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm skinnier than him. I could do that. Then, bro, that's like, it's inspiring me. I said, wait, man, he's bigger than me. If he could do that, I think I could do something.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Bobby. Tell him. Okay, Bobby, you say you trained to do this for a while. What does that mat really feel like?
Oh no, it sucks. I've been in that room. It sucks.
Huh?
The mat itself?
Yeah.
Like
plywood and a thin pad.
That's you got to be able to do it. Like just running the ropes. Like I spent like a full week or so like that just training because you get bruised up just on the cable. Your body doesn't go to it though. Every time you hear like AEW more specifically on the hardest part of the ring is the corners and the apron. That has no give. So every time they take a bump there, that makes me cringe because there's no give because it's mostly barred there. So you want to try to do it in the center of the ring. There, that's the most bounciest part, I guess you could say there though.
Yeah.
I mean, so all those guys they're like I'm sure that they can do it like in the middle though. But it's the corners by the turnbuckles and the outside. That's the part that you gotta be careful with that. You could really mess yourself up.
Right. The softest ring I ever seen was the NXT. You ever seen how bouncy that ring is? If you watch NXT, it's really bouncy. I'm like, yo, that's one of the softest rings I've ever seen. All the rest of the Raw and SmackDown and AEW rings, they're pretty firm. But NXT, boom. Yeah.
I remember AJ Styles talking about how tough the 6-sided ring was in TNA.
Oh God, that crap.
You didn't like the 6-sided?
Nah, man. I was like, well, I'm so glad when Hulk Hogan came in. He's like, you have to get rid of this shit. 6-sided ring.
I loved it.
It was different. It was the only place you saw it.
That's exactly what it was. I loved it because it was different, and at the same time, at that time, I was also a lot younger. So I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. This is different."
It was different. It was different.
I wasn't feeling it, and also when they went back to the 4-sided ring, it was actually smaller. It wasn't 20 by 20. It was
I think it's 1818. I think
1818. Yeah. So it was smaller.
That's what WCW used to use, right? The 1818.
Yeah, because Kevin Nash talked about it when he was in TNA. He's like, you know what I'm saying? You have to change your pacing when you run the ropes on the 18 by 18. You're used to doing 20 by 20. So you have to learn a whole new pacing when you run the ropes.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of TNA, y'all heard Scott D'Amore got fired?
Yeah, I heard about it. What happened? You heard about what happened?
They didn't know. Basically, the press release was a long non-answer, basically saying we appreciate everything he's done. He took us to new heights, but basically we're going to take it from here. The answer is the company. I guess they want to take it into a different direction than him. They felt it was too D'Amore. I I don't know, unless if there's some secret thing that they haven't said. But apparently, looking throughout Twitter, there's a lot of TNA people that are upset. Like Moose tweeted, he was just like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm done. I'm disconnecting for a few days. Peace or whatever." Like that. He's like, "I'm over it." Like a lot of them are upset. But I guess because they were told that he stepped down, but the press release says, "No, we terminated."
Yeah, no, he was terminated. I said, this man literally rebuilt that entire company from ground up. Why'd they fire him?
They did him dirty. But someone's got either Tony Khan or Nick Khan. One of the Khans, I think, he's gonna be all right. WWE, he already had a working relationship with WWE, Jordan Grace. So Paul or freaking Nick Khan is already probably gonna be in the phone and be like, "You want to become a producer or agent?" Like Bruce Pitchford may be on his way out. So like
that's what I was thinking.
And come over here, so I won't be surprised.
Oh man, poor Bruce Pritchard. You know what I'm saying? I was actually waiting on his name to come up since that's Vince's right hand man outside of John Laurinaitis. I was hoping Bruce Pritchard's name didn't come. I was hoping Triple H's name didn't come up. I'd be like,
oh God, please God, don't let Triple
H. God. Yeah. Oh God.
Still coming out. Did you guys hear about the Laurinaitis?
You have to wait.
What his lawyer just said. They just released like a press release, or something in the court filings just a couple hours ago that basically is going back that John Laurinaitis. I don't know if you guys ever heard about the Ashley Mazzaro rumors from way back when. Remember Ashley Mazzaro for
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I read this earlier.
Yeah, that like she committed suicide a few years ago, but she claimed that she was raped doing one of the Tribute to the Troops shows, and she was told to like don't talk about it, don't cause any more trouble. It's just one bad night. Basically, Vince told her, don't let one bad occurrence or situation ruin everything, because it's dealing with the U.S. military, it's dealing with WWE, it's going to make everyone look bad. She was told to downplay it, and eventually led to her mental health issues, and she committed suicide. But John Laurinaitis, now WWE, they discredited. They said that no, we were never told of a rape thing or whatever like that. They always said it. That was there on the record. John Laurinaitis' current statement from his lawyer said that they knew it. That he specifically said that the Mazzaro case, him and upper management were aware of the rape that she had claimed there, and nothing was done. So now again, the day before the press conference tomorrow, you know that's going to get brought up. And Rock, Triple H, they have to be prepared better than they were at Royal Rumble, because someone is going to ask that in Vegas now, that who knew about the Mazzaro rape case and why was she told or whatever like that. So they got to have an answer ready to go. But now again, it's not looking good. And now more and more investigation, Vice and more websites or like that. Like what exactly? And John Laurinaitis is just singing like a bird right now. It seems like he's ready to turn on everybody, because he down. He's like, I'm a burn this whole mother down, because Vince is gonna let me go down. I'm gonna burn everybody down. It sounds like.
This man is legit playing Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd right now in the background. He's like, I'm free as a bird now. Y'all going down.
Yeah.
Who was it that raped her? Did anybody know that?
Soldiers.
The soldiers?
Oh damn, that's terrible.
Shit.
Doing the tribute to the troops, they were doing the meet and greets in Kuwait, and I guess at some point she went off or whatever like that. She said that she was drugged, and multiple soldiers took their way. And then I believe as after that, I think in 2021 or 2020, something like that, WWE implemented a new rule that whenever they're doing tours like that or whatever like that, that no diva or woman wrestler
goes off by herself
on their own, that they have to be with somebody the whole time. Nobody goes alone, but they never stated why. Now they're saying that's why. That was not a rule until after Ashley committed suicide. Then they
unalived. I'd be seeing this on YouTube. You can't say that word, so unalived.
Oh, my bad. So yeah.
I don't want to get dinged.
Oh wow!
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know it was like
soldiers.
God,
Christ.
That's it's wow. But I guess it was an affidavit or something like that came out, and that's now the newest thing. So now that's getting brought back up as well, though. But yeah, I guess Vince told her don't talk about it because company, and we're dealing with the U.S. military.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It probably will be a cleaning of the house because even if you didn't do something yourself, they're just gonna want to distance themselves from anything Vince, like what they're doing with Brock. You know what I mean? Like technically, Brock didn't physically engage with that
Yeah.
woman, but he
His
probably
name was in it.
intended to, and he had some videos. He probably engaged in the conversation and stuff. So there, it looks like we're probably gonna see the end of Brock at least for a number of years. So
They took
yeah,
him off the video game cover.
yeah, took him off the cover, took his merchandise down. So to your point, Bobby, they're being reactive from something that happened that they were aware of, but that they're going to deny that they're aware of. So it does look bad that they know more than they letting on, and whoever because we talked about it last week with employee number 1, 2, 3. That might be Pritchard, that might be Dunn, that might. God, please don't be Triple H. So we
all
just
them
don't
people
know.
cross my mind, Essex, man. It's like, all people, Bruce Pritchard, because I listen to his podcast. It's something to wrestle with. I listen to it every week.
Anybody that dealt with him on a day-to-day could be compromised.
That's
And
what I'm
those
saying.
are
Could
all
be
the people that dealt with him on a day-to-day, and probably some others that we don't necessarily know their name could be taken out of the company.
Could be Pritchard, could be Child. I said, man, if that's Triple H, man, that'd be
and you would think, but then Vince is so wild. You would think, okay, well, that's my son-in-law. He's with my daughter. Let me not share naked pics with my son. But Vince is Vince. Vince is a wild dude.
He is, man.
But even he didn't share the pictures with Triple H, which I don't think that he would because of that situation. But I think I don't know how far it can go though. But like if Triple H did hear it, like if he heard other guys talking about it, then I don't know. Like what do you do in that case? Like that's my father-in-law. Like what am I gonna tell him? Don't do that. What's he gonna do? Stop or whatever? I don't know what you do with that.
It's the corporate language. So like if when you work at corporations and they have you do these ethical courses, like when you're onboarding and stuff like that, and they have it in there to where if you become aware of unethical or improper behavior, certain positions you're required to report. Now, I don't know if it's like that in WWE.
Yeah,
but if it is, and he did not, you know what I mean? That's where this trouble can get live, even if you didn't yourself engage or initiate or do something. But it's like that see something, say something type of thing. When you have a position of power, that's where this could get real, real muddy.
Mm-hmm.
What Jesus Christ, man. This was wild.
Yeah. I didn't even want to really finish on this. We kind of we just talking right now, but like damn.
Yeah, we going into the woods right now again.
Let's go back to Cody.
I'm still reeling over the fact that was about soldiers. I said, oh shit.
Yeah, I thought it was wrestlers. I thought it was.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was like a wrestler.
No,
So
who
now you
backed it up was he didn't fully say it, but he kind of backed up a bit because he was dating her at the time. Was Paul London? Paul London, I guess, was dating her at the time, and he's insinuated. He didn't straight up say it, but he's insinuated. And they almost went a full week with the distraction of the Rock Cody thing. And then the day before their press conference, John Laurinaitis is singing again and saying that, oh yeah, about that thing that happened a few years ago. Yeah, we knew.
Ironically, this is all done very, very intriguingly close to every time something big is about to happen over there.
Yeah. This entire WrestleMania season is just going to be
wild.
It is going to be exhausting. We still got like 2 months of this. And this just started breaking. I'm probably going to have to disconnect the lives as we get close. Because every time
this is probably going to go down in history as one of the most surreal WrestleManias ever.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
We thought the COVID WrestleMania was strange. This is strange.
Yeah. And the internet's a zoo already right now. It's a zoo. So,
and what's crazy too is about with all this coming out with the Ashley thing, and then what's with the Janelle Grant situation. Then you got some of those people like you started off here with everything is to you're really threatening to kill the rock star or death threats or whatever like that. Like it's not even a full week though has come by basically about what happened to this girl and the lawsuit and stuff like that. And then we're focused on that, and now you're resulting to death threats over the Rock's kid that has nothing to do with everything. Like, be better, man. Like, what is wrong with you? How desensitized are you? A girl that has nothing to do with anything, and you go do death threats on a girl when we're already dealing with the fallback of Vince and who knows who else.
Losers.
Yeah,
that's all. He's probably a loser that lives in his mom's basement. Ain't got
definitely, absolutely, 100%, Sharon. You said it right there. People that ain't got no decent job, ain't got no nothing.
Ain't got no job, no wife, don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just probably, you know what I'm saying, in his basement reading dirt sheets and watching porn.
Tissues all over the damn.
Yeah. Man, I don't read.
Question about a Rock's daughter. Okay, so when did she stop wrestling? When did she become GM? I never kept up with that.
Literally last week.
Why?
I think storyline.
Is she hurt or something?
I don't follow NXT as close as I do the other stuff, but yeah, for some reason I think it was Regal. Regal made her the GM or something, but I don't know why. I'd have to go back and.
So is she like done with wrestling? Is she like, I don't feel like doing it anymore? I'm just gonna be a manager, or
it's probably for now. If I had to guess, maybe she's still. I don't follow NXT that close anymore, anyway, either though. But from what the last thing I knew, she was with that cult like.
Yeah. It was good. It was
family basically, and then they broke up because the two guys left. I think they're in TNA now, and then now Joe Gacy or whatever, he's doing something else, and she just stopped wrestling. So I don't know if this was her choice or maybe they want her to get better.
She might have an injury. That's possible too. She might have an injury, and they want something to do with her. But yeah, but like regardless, like she's at the beginning of her career. Leave the girl alone. She can't help you at all. She's not the one on the board. Yeah. She can't tell her dad what to do. Like, chill. Like, that's so unnecessary. She deleting her old social media. Like, come on, man. This is supposed to be fun, people.
And can I throw this out there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can people out there stop saying that Ava Raine is a nepotism hire? Because if y'all pissed off about Cody not getting his WrestleMania moment, remember who he was, who his daddy was?
The fucking hypocrisy, dude. Like, come on, man. We argued about nepotism, right?
How about Roman Reigns? They're all legacy.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
That's what I said. Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? They're all legacies.
Come on, man. Vince McMahon. Come on, bro.
Jay and Jimmy and Jay.
Come on, bro.
Solo.
If you got a problem with nepotism, I tell you what, start your own business and then tell me if you don't want your kid to work in your fucking business.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
if not, shut the fuck up.
Look at Dominic.
If nepotism presented itself to that person, they take it.
You damn right.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, when and where you need me.
Exactly. Uncle, what's up?
It's my sweet brother Noopsy.
Kinfolk. What's up, kinfolk?
Kinfolk.
Yep. Oh,
man. Oh man. Well, yeah, man, this was good stuff, man. You know, this I didn't know if maybe we'd be a couple weeks, but this shit was too good. I was like, man, we gotta talk, we gotta rock.
Yep.
Now we gotta.
Oh, well, you know what? We did a little bit, and I do follow some of the NXT stuff. Did y'all see the Trick Ilya match?
Yeah.
I didn't see the match, but I saw the fallout.
Yep.
They got some stars coming out of there, man. Trick, Mello, Ilya.
Melo's already been on SmackDown, so he's kind of moving his way to the main roster. They're just testing him out.
But both of them can go. Mm-hmm. So like, whoa. Shout out to Black History Month. We got some new black stars coming up because them boys. And Ilya, I've always liked Ilya because if y'all remember, Ilya had them badass matches with Gunther before he was Walter first, then he was Gunther when he was still a fat boy, and they was tearing the house down, him and Ilya. So I've known about him, So he can work with damn near anybody. But yeah, that match he had with this guy Trick Williams was something else. So there is something to pay attention to in NXT. They got some stuff. I just don't watch it from start to finish. I usually catch up with it like on a clip from the page or YouTube or something like that. But I actually found myself watching. I actually turned it on later in that. They had a PLE called Vengeance past Saturday. I actually sat there and watched that main event. That shit was pretty damn good.
Yeah. I mean, they be going at NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the closest thing to the indies.
Yeah. And Shawn Michaels is running that one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever thought DX is running the show?
For real.
If Triple H, and I hope not to, I'm with you. I really hope that nothing. He doesn't get
his name
lawsuit though. But if something like that happens and they decide to clean house with anybody that was close to Vince, who is the next person then to step up? Would it be Shawn? Maybe Regal or The Rock's bringing his writer back? Apparently, that Brian Gertz guy with him. I guess that's part of the deal too. Like who becomes the new Booker if they do decide to do that?
Damn.
You'd either have to hire new people or bring Stephanie in.
But she's not a booker though.
No.
She's not the book person. She was always on like the operations and marketing side. But as far as writing and the storyline direction, that's a tough call, man.
That is.
That's a tough because Triple H is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bring back Shane. I don't know.
I'm hoping he's
going to change his last name. He's going to be at the Shane Joey.
Shane Jones, right, Essex?
Joey McCarkles.
Listen. That's why he always went Shane O'Mac. It was never Shane
O'Mac.
Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
I don't see them bringing back any McMahon's back.
No, I doubt it.
If Triple H is getting the boot, I don't think any McMahon.
I'm praying to every god that I know that Triple H is fine.
Yeah,
for real.
Because he has to explain. Yeah, wow, he had to explain to do to his wife, his kids. You know what I'm saying? But same as John Laurinaitis. You know what I'm saying? His wife's got health problems. How do you think that conversation went?
And his stepdaughters are the Bella twins.
That's what I'm saying.
Woo. But I honestly don't feel, even though as wild as psychotic Vince can be, I honestly don't think that he would try to jeopardize anything with Triple H because of that family thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't.
But then again, it wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't be shocked.
But he's already jeopardized everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
jeopardized his whole company.
He jeopardized the whole thing because, like we were talking about last week, if he doesn't sell this company, this could have been like a catastrophe. The only reason we can kind of like move forward is because the transition of power was pretty much made. Yeah. He was pretty much just a figurehead in this. But at the time of all this happening, he was still the guy. So it's like, we talked about this last week. Like like we escaped with our company, but he put everybody on the line with this. So that's why, we got to let it play out. But I just hope Triple H kept his nose clean, man.
Okay. This is wild times, man.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and we can go ahead and wrap it up, guys.
Let's do it.
Much appreciated, and man, we'll see y'all after the press
conference.
Yeah, man. And we y'all want to do something after the press conference, or y'all want to wait till next week?
My son's got practice. I'll be at my son's practice when this thing goes down, so I won't probably be able to be in front of this, but we'll see. Maybe Friday or Saturday. We'll see and do something.
Okay.
All right,
cool, guys.
Good.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all.